up, guys? Um, Thought I would do a quick Raw review before I go to work. Tired. Tired as fuck. Woke up way too early today. So I thought as I was up, might as well watch Raw review. Watch Raw. I usually have it taped because they tape it at 1 here. Sorry, they tape the live show. Sorry, they show the live showing here at 1, so I usually tape it. So this is why you'll probably see like early morning reviews from me, or if you're in America, it'll be late night reviews from me. So here we go. Straight off the bat, Triple H, as promised, came out to try and wrestle Curtis Axel, and then it was just a big calamity, really. Vince came out shortly after that, tries to basically disqualify Triple H. Triple H is the COO, he starts it. He comes back out, makes Triple H forfeit. Triple H comes back, restarts the match for a 60-man Iron Man match. Vince comes back out, tells Curtis to leave the ring, grabs the belt. So I don't know who technically won that third one, but yeah. So yeah, it was just a different but weird opening. It was just like, alright, whatever. Just you'll see as the show goes on, it just felt like a big entire waste of time. Like they didn't have any long-term plans with this story, other than perhaps trying to get Curtis over as some sort of threat. I still don't really buy the kid yet, but I'm prepared to give him a chance. And there was a backstage segment with Triple H pretty much yelling at Stephanie, telling her to talk to Vince. So Stephanie goes off, upset and shit. So yeah, it was what it was. Then Kane versus Dean Ambrose. Shield come out, and then so obviously Randy and Daniel Bryan back them in that. I'm telling an interesting story between Randy and Daniel Bryan, and I'll tell you where I think later that I think that will be going. So yeah, leading into that, there was a backstage segment with Team Hell No. If you didn't watch SmackDown on Friday, which I didn't, basically Randy RKO Daniel Bryan after Daniel Bryan supposedly accidentally drop kicked him during a match. Obviously Randy does his usual, oh fuck you motherfucker type of thing, and then RKO's him. Yeah. Yeah, just showing tension between three guys, and Vicky comes out and says, oh well, you two guys have a tag team match. The two guys that she's referring to is not Team Hell No, but Randy and Daniel Bryan, which is interesting. I can see where they're going with that. And Kane gets a US title shot against Ambrose. So that's pretty interesting. I think where they're going with this is that I think they are pretty much setting up for a Randy Daniel Bryan feud with Randy turning heel on him. Because Daniel Bryan is more over than he's ever been. And later on today, sorry, my laptop's fucking up. Later on today, I will do another video on Daniel Bryan and how well he's doing at the moment. So yeah, look out for that. So yeah, I think that's what they're setting up for. But I'll talk more about that during the video and how I think that feud will work and what I think the purpose of that feud is. Because I think, in my opinion, it's an ultimate plan to get to John Cena at SummerSlam. I'll explain that if you watch out for that video later on. So yeah, just to run through this real quick. Miz comes out to face Cody Rhodes. Van Dando's concussion is confirmed, which was confirmed on the WWE website a little while ago. Then Paul Heyman comes out. This was quite interesting actually, because I didn't care about this triple threat match before. And now they're taking Van Dango out, and they've inserted Curtis Axel in. And I think that's a good way to build him. I don't think they should build him straight off like a Brock Lesnar type and put him straight in that main event. Build them slowly. Let him capture that IC title and then go with that. Because it's doing nothing sitting on Wade Barrett. I like Wade Barrett, but they ain't doing shit with him. So of a consequence, the IC title is just useless. Put it on someone like Curtis Axel, who they're featuring heavily at the moment. Maybe it will mean something again. So I'm looking forward to that. Um, so yeah, then Mark Henry returns, another return. I love Mark Henry, so I'm not complaining. Um, then Steph and Vince have a backstage segment. Again, it's a waste of time. I'm not even really going to pay it too much attention. You'll see why I think it's a waste of time at the end. Then Y2J comes out, basically cuts a promo talking about how he used to beat CM Punk, try to build importance for the match. Because the match kind of came out a bit from left field 2 weeks ago. So I can see what they're trying to do. And Dolph comes out, basically sets up a match with Big E versus Y2J. Match was shit, in my opinion. But Del Rio attacks Ziggler, causing him to distract Big E Langston, and Y2J beats Big E. That's what it was. Zeb Coulter sits in Sin Cara versus Antonio Cesaro. Apparently there's some sort of tension between Zeb Coulter and Sin Cara. I don't know if they're trying to build Sin Cara. I don't know. Cesaro wins next. Vicky Maddox and Vince had a. You'll see a lot of mentions if you watch the show of burgers and shit. Clearly they're sponsoring Raw for a little while, because it was featured quite a bit towards pretty much after the first hour. They kept mentioning these burgers and stuff, so that was pretty much what the scene was just mentioning about the burgers and setting up for the match, setting up for the confrontation at the end as well. And basically Maddox suggested that they have Lumberjacks try and keep Cena and Ryback apart for their confrontation later. Whatever. And then Randy versus Roman Reigns. Very short, very quick, very brief match. It was what it was. I can't even remember who won. It kind of just stopped. I'm guessing Randy won due to Seth getting in the ring, trying to attack Randy, but he didn't actually lay a hand on him. Randy, before he could, Randy threw him out of the ring. And then Daniel Bryan did like a diving, just diving, what do you call it, a clothesline? I don't know what he does, but basically that. And then it cuts right into Seth Rollins versus Daniel Bryan, which I know all you internet darlings must have been busting that nut over. But to be fair, it was a brilliant match. One of the best Raw matches I've seen in a long time. It was very, very good. They clearly have very, very good chemistry. Um, they even, from a dead crowd as well, the crowd was shit tonight. But even the crowd were banging into this match, chanting, "This is awesome." When you hear a WWE match having that sort of chant, "This is awesome," and it really was also. It was a very, very good match. Um, even Randy and Brian showed that they could work well together. They were watching each other's back through both matches. Um, so yeah, it was good. It was a good solid match. Daniel Bryan won with a roll up. Very, very good match. Very good match. Then Caitlyn calls out looking fine. Fuck the shit out of Caitlyn. I don't care about her as a WWE character. But I fuck the crap out of Caitlyn. I think she's nice as hell. Anyway, if you watch my videos, you already know this about me anyway. Anyway, let's just talk about a fucking secret admirer. Shock fucking horror. It has something to do with Ziggler, AJ, and Big E. It turns out to be Big E. She comes out with some flowers, talking about how he genuinely really likes her, and kind of like twirls her and then bends her over like he's gonna kiss her, and then drops her in the ring, and AJ comes out. I can't stand AJ promos, so I fast forward them, so I can't tell you really what she said. But the next thing I saw during the fast forward part was Caitlyn attack AJ, and then AJ skirted out of the ring and started laughing and then skipped off. I mean, alright, they're trying to give them a feud, they're trying to give them a segment. I think it's too little too late for me. I think this would have been a better story had they told it at the start of the year and it finished at WrestleMania. I think they're rushing it now. And so to have a match which I'll probably announce late for Payback, it just seems. And if they have a match already, I don't know about it, so I might be giving you wrong information there. But I suspect that they haven't yet, and I'll announce it late. I just don't care. Right. And Daniel Bryan versus R-Truth. No one care. Sorry, Daniel Bryan. Damien Sandow versus R-Truth. I apologize. And then Sheamus comes out. Oh, I hate him. I hate him now. I hate him as a babyface. Sheamus comes out announcing a match between the two at Payback Kickoff, which sounds like a WWE corporate way of saying pre-show. So Sheamus is on a pre-show. Sandow doesn't deserve it because I think he's a great performer, but Sheamus is on a pre-show, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, that was what it was. There was a lot of late build-up towards Payback, as you can tell through this review. Steph tries to set up a meeting between Triple H and Vince, and that pretty much accumulated with them having some sort of fucking group hug. It was just a waste of time. It was a waste of time. The last 2 weeks with these three, and it was a waste of time. Clearly they came back because they were worried about the ratings. That's pretty much all this was. I mean, I don't mind seeing Stephanie because I think she's fine, but other than that, it was a waste of time. Lumberjacks basically then gather around for the room between Cena and Bareback, the Bareback confrontation. If you've watched my videos, you know that I refer to Ryback as Bareback because I could not give a shit about him. And you only fuck a girl bareback when you do not give a shit. That's why I call him Bareback. Yeah, basically like a punk bitch, she stays outside, whining and droning and shit. It basically accumulated with what we all knew it was going to accumulate with, where eventually they ran into the ring and, he ran in, eventually Bareback went into the ring and then they started fighting, and then the people who were there as Lumberjacks tried to keep them apart. I do not care about this feud. The most interesting match I care about at Payback is CM Punk versus Y2J. But it's not enough for me to order this, so you won't see a Payback review from me. Might as well tell you that nice and early. But I hope it's good, but we'll see. I don't have any hope for whatsoever. Anyway, I hope you like this video. Sorry it was so quick, but motherfucker needs to get to work right now. So I'm gonna let you go. Comment, subscribe, like this video, comment down below. Look out later today for next video from me. It'll be about Daniel Bryan. Take care. Peace.